Western final, they couldn't do it. This year, they would like to repeat and win that Western final, of course.
Lou Pasaglia, the kickoff down to Darryl Colberts. And the Eskimos begin outside the 35.
Colbert takes the kickoff.
Jay Christensen leading the tacklers. Here's how the Eskimos will line up offensively up front. Bowles and Dermott the tackles. The guards Ambrosi and Bercheville on up the center. The outside receivers Keith Wright and Henry Williams. Inside it'll be Tom Richards and Craig Ellis. The runners Reggie Taylor and Blake Marshall. First down, Eskimos from the 37. Here's Tracy Ham. First pass on target. And Gizmo Williams has given the Eskimos a first down. He's a tough little guy to bring down. Norman Jefferson finally over to bring down the Giz.
I would think Tracy Ham is going to really take a good look at Norman Jefferson out in the left corner. He is a rookie with the club, replacing Keith Gooch, who came to the Edmonton Eskimos, and I think they're going to test that young fellow.
Tracy Ham on the ground for another Eskimo first down. Jefferson again making the tackle. A 12-yard gain.
First quarterback in CFL history to ever rush for over 1,000 yards. Tracy Ham did that in 1989, and boy, what a added advantage that is for your offense. When things are plugged up, you can run. And we talked about the front four of the BC Lions. There you see them. Mark Gastineau, the much heralded defensive end, hasn't been able to get on track. Maybe he will tonight. Coming over from the Toronto Argonauts, Willie Pless and Tony Visco. Chris Major starts on the corner. Of course, he was with the Calgary Stampeders the last 5 years.
No running room for Reggie Taylor against the defense at that time.
Taylor, the ball carrier. Gain of 2 yards on the play.
Gary Durchik, the offensive line coach of the Edmonton Eskimos. Boy, he's done a good job. Gary, of course, formerly the head coach of the defunct Montreal Concords. He has done a good job year after year. Heck Potier no longer on the offensive line. They released him this year, and that's probably the most significant change they've made.
This will be 2nd and 8. The Eskimos at the BC 41. Early in the opening quarter as Ham looks deep and goes too far. Keith Wright, the intended receiver, rather Reggie Taylor, number 26.
That's, you know, you always think of a back on a linebacker as a very desirable matchup, but in this case, Willie Pless, number 32, had the coverage with Taylor, and boy, he was just step for step. No way Taylor was going to outrun him.
Rain was in the forecast. Rain is what we have at Commonwealth Stadium here tonight.
How can it rain with blue sky all around? I don't figure this one out.
Won't last long. The Eskimos look for a field goal from Ray McAreedy. And he is on target. McAreedy. Perfect so far in his CFL career. He is 3 for 3. And that one from 48 yards away to give the Eskimos a 3-0 first quarter advantage. You played with Ray's older brother, Bob, back in your days in Saskatchewan.
I did. Bob McAreedy, of course, had a fine career in the Canadian Football League. Now his younger brother, Ray, a graduate of the University of Western Ontario, making a name for himself with the Edmonton Eskimos. So we get our first look tonight at Doug Flutie, the starting quarterback for the BC Lions. And, you know, he's got a good group to work with. Ray Alexander, number 88, at the wide receiver spot tonight. He was a great one in our league, and he is back.
Flutie's first start in Canadian football. Kennard Martin. And Martin, room to the outside as he picks up a first down for the BC Lions. 15-yard gain for Kennard Martin. Up front, let's check out the BC Lions with Jim Mills and Larry Clarkson, the tackles, Leo Groenwagen, Rocco Romano. Inside, and Ian Sinclair at center. Outside receivers, Alexander and Willis. Inside, it's Jan Carinci and Emmanuel Tolbert. And the runners are Kennard Martin and Chris Skinner, the quarterback. Doug Flutie, he has a first down.
John, on paper, I mean, that's a pretty good looking offense.
Kennard Martin, nowhere to go. And it looks like it might be a loose football. It is recovered by the Eskimos. Looked like Mike Walker might have gotten through with the initial hit. It is recovered by the newcomer, Kevin Clark.
Well, let's have a look and see what happens. Kennard Martin on his second carry of the ball game tries to make the cutback, and the arm is stripped. It looks like Stu Hill gets a hand in there. And finally, number 16, Kevin Clark, making his first start tonight in the secondary, comes up with the recovery.
It'll be an Eskimo first down at the BC 50. Edmonton leading 3-0 at Commonwealth. Ham over the middle, short of the first down. Tom Richards, number 25.
Tom Richards complete.
You know what I couldn't believe, John? Tom Richards is the first Edmonton Eskimo Canadian receiver to ever go over 1,000 yards. And of course, he did that last season. But he's been a great receiver. 4 years from the University of Alberta. Originally a 5th-round draft choice of the Eskimos. Boy, you don't expect to get too many guys that'll contribute like he has from the 5th round, but he's had a great career.
A gain of 8 for Richards, 2nd and 2, and Ham should have the first down. What a great quarterback Tracy Ham has been and will be in this Canadian Football League. He has got a great style for the game.
Well, he sure does. You know, this is just his 3rd full year starting in quarterback. Originally, when he came up 4 years ago, he played behind Matt Dunnigan and Damon Allen, so he got to learn from a couple of excellent quarterbacks, and now he's getting his shot. And Mark Gastineau, he's getting his shot, a second chance at pro football. He was retired for a few years, and boy, so far Blake Dermott on the left side has done a nice job on him.
Time for Ham to throw, looking deep, and underthrown for the Gizmo Williams as he was covered by Norman Jefferson.
Gizmo Williams, incomplete. 2nd down, Edmonton at the BC 40.
Well, we talked about Mark and Gastineau. He's working on Blake Dermott, and watch the job Blake Dermott does. Got a hold of the jersey a little bit, but Gastineau doesn't get anywhere near Tracy Ham.
That was his specialty with the New York Jets, getting to the quarterback.
The sack exchange back in 1984. Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Ham on 2nd and 10. Craig Ellis makes the catch. Where do they spot the ball? It'll be a first down. In front of Ken Watson. Ellis makes the catch.
Two-time All-Canadian Craig Ellis, of course, a great running back years ago with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Had an outstanding year for the Eskimos last year. 80 receptions, club leader, and he works his way into the open spot, and he's got some great pair of hands on him.
Another Eskimo first down, this time at the BC 28. Ham looks to the end zone. Not quite. Intended for Tom Richards, number 25. And just out of the fingertips of Richards.
Wellesley, I think it's going to be a long night for that BC defense if they don't get a little more pressure on Tracy Ham so far in the first quarter. He's just been able to stand back there tall all day long and pick out a receiver. Of course, didn't connect with Richards there, but boy, if some pressure doesn't come soon, Tracy Ham could be in for a great night.
Second and 10 Eskimos. BC 28, some pressure on Ham this time, and he explodes out of the backfield. Ham steps up near the 10. Rick Ryan forcing Ham out.
Tracy Ham, the ball carrier, an 18-yard gain.
Well, we talked about the pressure coming. This time the Lions come with a blitz. Tony Visco, number 92, at the top of your screen comes. Now he keeps contained on Ham, can't get a hand on him, and Tracy Ham takes off as he does so well and so often. And when he doesn't have a receiver open, he is so dangerous running that football.
The Eskimos already in the lead, 3-0. Tracy Ham has Edmonton in scoring position after picking up 18 yards. This is Reggie Taylor, the left side, and he slides down. No gain.
Ball pitched out to Reggie Taylor. Again on the play.
You know, the footing on the field when we walked around before the game was excellent, but just this brief rain shower here seems like it has really made it quite slick. And I'm sure as a dry field, the players had the shorter cleats on now, and with that little shower, probably wish they had a little longer one.
Second and goal to go. Eskimos at the 10. And puts it up. Keith Wrights makes the catch. Touchdown. Chris Mader covering on that side. touchdown of the year for Keith Wright, a 10-yard strike from Tracy Ham.
Well, Keith Wright was injured a lot last year. He only had 44 receptions, and I know they were looking for bigger things from him. And watch how he fights off Chris Major. I mean, that's pretty good coverage, but he just slowed his pace down and then accelerated at the last second. Made a nice catch, his second touchdown of 1990.
And Ray McEready adds to the Eskimo lead. It is already 10-0 for the Eskimos. A turnover sets up the touchdown for Joe Faragelli and company. And Tracy Ham has done a marvelous job already. 7:53 remaining in the opening quarter at Commonwealth.
Well, the key once again is how much time he has to throw the football. Great protection up front from that offensive line. There you see a good passing lane for him to look through, and he lays the ball out perfectly. Keith Wright, a nice job to stutter step and then accelerate at the last second to make a nice catch. The Eskimo offense again in 1990 is off and rolling. Well, you look back at some of their statistics from 1989. First in the league in all these categories: touchdowns scored, touchdowns rushing, touchdowns passing, most first downs, most points. I mean the list is 2 pages long of all the categories they were first in, and boy, they're off to a great start again.
And there were some individual honors too, including Tracy Ham's most yards passed, and kickoff out of bounds. So the Eskimos will take it back.
Go do it again, man. We do it again, big man. Illegal kickoff. Edmonton 27. Re-kick.
Marco Sincar handles the kickoff duties for the Eskimos.
Hard to believe Marco's been in the league for 11 seasons.
Now, did you play with Marco one year in Hamilton?
He was on loan to Hamilton that year. In fact, you know what? In 1980, and he played actually in the Grey Cup game against the Edmonton Eskimos that year.
Darrell Wallace gives the BC Lions good field position up near the 45. He was stopped there by Mike Hildebrand.
Well, just what I talked about, the players having the short cleats early. Now, of course, Gastineau switching to the longer ones to get a better jump. A couple of changes this year in the Edmonton defense. Mike Walker comes in as a free agent. Who said Edmonton doesn't sign free agents? Come on. Danny Bass coming off an MVP year. Jeff Braswell, he's a good one. Underrated player on that defense is Larry Ruck. Coming over as a free agent as well, Keith Gooch on the corner. Andre Francis, the best one-on-one guy in the league.
First down, and Flutie is off target, as he intended that for Ray Alexander, number 88.
Second and 10.
Flutie's first pass of the game.
Let's go. Get up off here.
Somebody's encouraging Mark along the sidelines, you might hear in the background. Last week, Flutie was good on 21 of 37, 271 yards. This is 2nd and 10 BC. At the Lion 45. Flutie had to release in a hurry, and a mix-up there. Jay Christensen in a backup capacity as an inside receiver, and the Toaster is taking some credit for messing up things for the Lions there.
No, he's not the Toaster anymore. He is now Mr. Devastation.
Oh, yes.
He's on the circuit in Southern United States in the offseason wrestling, and that's his handle, Mr. Devastation. I said, now, get the hair about 6 inches longer, you catch up to Gastineau. He's a good one, the Toaster. Boy, we've had a lot of fun with him over the years.
Lou Pasaglia. It's high. And this is Henry. The Gizmo Williams. Back in Edmonton, fans are happy. He draws a flag. Alondro Johnson will be called for grabbing the face mask.
Henry Williams with the 10-yard return.
It is the Eskimos so far at Commonwealth Stadium
Major
tonight.
foul. British
They are out in front of the Lions, 10-0 early in the first.
I know it's late, but we need that part fast.
When you need a courier who works late, like you do, who are you going to call? You've got your priorities straight.
It was shipped. I can tell you exactly where it is.
When you need a courier who keeps tabs on things, who are you going to call? You've got your priorities straight.
Here's Henry Gizmo Williams.
Let's have a look. Oh, he's got the face mask. I'll tell you, he earned that 15 yards. If you're going to do a face mask, that was a good one. That's dangerous, though. You know, you can really hurt some player's neck. And the Gizmo, so dangerous all the time. You know, he's averaging 18 yards a punt return so far this year. That's only one game, but that's a pretty nice average. How about one game he had in his career up here in Edmonton? Of course, you know, he went to Philadelphia in the NFL, tried his luck, but 221 yards he had one night, returning punts for the Edmonton Eskimos.
5'6", 185 pounds.
Pretty exciting. Played out his option, tried to catch on with the Eagles in the NFL as a wide receiver. Could not make it full time, and you know, Joe Farragelli always said that if the Giz doesn't make it, I'll welcome him back with open arms. And I think he's a real favorite of head coach Joe Farragelli.
5'6", you gotta go. Come on, get it with it.
Daryl Colbert getting some instructions from his coach, Larry Kuharich, trying to come up with a big play to get the Lions back in this game early. BC trailing the Eskimos 10-0. First quarter at Commonwealth. First down. Edmonton from the Eskimo 51. Ham with time to throw. Blake Marshall. Stopped by Ken Watson and Norm Jefferson.
Also first down.
Marshall had 2 catches for 14 yards last week.
6'1", 230 pounds. He's a tough guy to bring down when he catches the ball in the open field. And a good scheme by Tracy Ham. He sees the defense dropping off in his own coverage. That dictates that you throw out to the flat to your running back. Blake Marshall makes a nice catch and close enough to bring in the chains for a measurement.
Marshall was pretty happy about a 9-yard touchdown he got last week. Crucial point in the game.
First down, Eskimo.
He said it proved that he wasn't just a short yardage specialist. He could go longer than 1 and 2
a long
yards.
distance, 9 yards.
Marathon run.
Good player and a good blocker.
From the University of Western Ontario. Had a good older brother who played for the Edmonton Eskimos. Brett Marshall, of course, his career was ended by a bad knee operation.
This is another Eskimo first down. This time from the BC 49. Ham low, but the catch is made near the 40.
Daryl Colbert.
Daryl Colbert. Complete.
Rookie, first year in the Canadian Football League from Texas Southern. Had some previous NFL experience with the Kansas City Chiefs. He was the only rookie to make their team in 1987. Only caught 3 passes, but a little more depth the Eskimos adding to their offense. They can bring a guy in off the bench to replace Keith Wright, who just caught a touchdown.
Colbert got to play defense last week when Mark Mathis went down in the secondary. Flag is down as Ham carries.
Flag on the play.
2nd and 1.
BC lined up outside. First down.
It's automatic when you do that. Lions have terrific worries about their pass rush. Lots of new faces up front. In fact, if I can only count 4 players that were with the BC Lions defensively last year: Drawhorn, Major, Alondro Johnson, Rick Ryan. Major wasn't there last year, was he? So that's only 3. Fire plug Reggie Taylor inside the 30.
It's a gain of 7.
I think Larry Kuharich has really got his work cut out for him, just for the reason that you mentioned. So many new faces on defense. You know, you just don't expect these guys to mold together into a really cohesive unit until, you know, they've had a chance to play together for some time. And I thought they played actually quite well last week. And tonight they've got a real tough test.
This is 2nd and 3. And Johnson is there, Alondro Johnson. And Steve Wilburn to make the tackle on Reggie Taylor. That was a big play for the Lions. The Eskimos remain in field goal range, but they were threatening to keep the drive going.
Yeah, nice job by Steve Wilburn. He played a couple of seasons with the Calgary Stampeders, actually. You recall him, 6'4", 263. Good size in the middle there. Actually played with the Saskatchewan Roughriders last year briefly as well.
Ray McAreedy from 38 yards away. He has not missed in 3 tries this season. He remains perfect, 4 for 4. McAreedy has 2 tonight. The Eskimos have a touchdown to add to that. And the total reads 13-0. Edmonton leading BC.
A car.
Must be Wee Jordy.
Wee Jordy Cootie. We got quite a crew here tonight. Our spotter, Fred Fleming, former Edmonton Eskimo way back.
A lot of legends in the game here.
Bobby Layden, our statistician, has been doing this job for, what, 25 years now? 28. Sorry about those
He
three.
never
Bobby.
lets you forget that it is, in fact, closing in on 30. This is Wallace on the return. Larry Ruck. Pretty good hit.
Darryl Wallace, the ball
on the kick
carrier.
returner that
Larry
time.
Ruck. The Eskimos.
Again, the Lions have decent field position. Flutie has not been able to get them rolling so far.
First and 10 BC from their own 42.
The numbers on Flutie, not impressive so far. From the 43, Flutie to the far side. He has Martin coming out of the backfield. It's Kennard Martin.
Doug Moody's pass complete to Kennard Martin.
10-yard gain.
Kennard Martin's good size, only 5'11", but 203 pounds, and it looks like he's got some pretty soft hands. That is not the easiest catch to make for a running back. It's almost coming directly over your shoulder, and he does a nice job to haul that ball in and come up just a little short of that first down. Played 5 games with the Calgary Stampeders last year.
They spotted that as a 9-yard gain, so this is 2nd and 1. Fumble. And the Eskimos are all over it. Second turnover going against the BC Lions. Chris Skinner dropped the ball that time, and Larry Ruck has his first fumble recovery of the season.
First and 10, Edmonton.
Well, you know, there's an old adage that you just don't, you want to make it as difficult for a team like Edmonton Eskimos to score as possible. And what I mean by that is make them earn all their points. You can't keep giving them turnovers and opportunities like this at midfield.
All right. The Lions and Larry Kuharich in some difficulty here in the opening quarter in Edmonton.
It's smoother than glass. Smoother.
Shines brightly here now after a little rain shower earlier. The sun is definitely shining on the Eskimos. They have grabbed 2 turnovers away from the BC Lions, and Chris Skinner was the victim on the last.
Looked like a bad exchange from Doug Flutie to Chris Skinner. You know, it was a wonderful opportunity to pick up the first down, 2nd and 1, and he just never gets the handle on it. Larry Ruck makes the stop and the fumble recovery. We talked about Larry Ruck, or I did, when we saw the lineup tonight, and he's been around for 7 years from the Saskatoon Junior Hilltops, and last year finally rewarded for all his hard play. He was a Western All-Star, and I know he was very proud of that.
Wasn't Ted Dushinsky, former Saskatchewan star from the Hilltops? We can go back a little bit in CFL time, can we?
You're hot. My, oh my. Well, the Riders for so many years, of course, had players come to the big club from the Saskatoon Juniors, and of course the Regina Rams have produced so many players on the Rough Riders. Junior football, very kind to the Saskatchewan organization over the years.
This is another Eskimo first down, and this time from the 52 of the BC Lions. Ham behind the intended receiver, and that's the gizmo out there, number 2.
Well, the field is a little slippery. You saw Mark Gastineau make a change in his footwear to a longer cleat, and the Giz not able to stand up. Pretty lousy pass. You can't blame that one on Henry.
No, it's not Henry's fault, that one. Look at the time of possession. 2nd and 10. Ham has to get out of there now. Able to avoid the rush and just a little bit high. Richards was the intended receiver.
Willie Pless and Tony Visco right there to put the squeeze on him. And you know, if you're Tom Richards, you got the arms way up in the air. You know those two big linebackers are coming and hungry. I think it's a little scary. In fact, I know it's a little scary. Ham finally with some pressure on him from the BC front four, and that's a tough throw to throw back against across the field and across your body, and Tom Richards made a good effort but couldn't come up with the catch.
3rd down and a punting situation for Ray McEready. High snap, low kick. This is Darrell Wallace on the return. And great coverage by the Eskimo special team. Michel Bourgeot leading the tacklers that time. 32-yard kick, a 2-yard return.
And Blake Marshall came on the tackle.
Gizmo's got a new do. Let's see what Flutie can do with the Lion offense now. 1:56 to go in the opening quarter. BC 1st and 10 at the Lion 25. Just out of the hands of Kennard Martin.
That's good coverage by 44 Jeff Braswell, the outside linebacker. He forced Flutie to put a little more airtime on that ball than he probably wanted to by staying on the hip of Kennard Martin, but Doug Flutie not enjoying a very productive first quarter. Several tackles last week against the Toronto Argonauts for Jeff Braswell, and you never have to worry about his intensity during a game.
He said he watched film of Flutie for 6 hours this week, and he is ready to get through. Hasn't made it so far, but was a factor on that last play. This is Martin coming out of the backfield. Should have held on to that one. Could have been a big play for Kennard Martin, because Flutie made the right call, and there was room for 1st down.
Oh, he sure did. You know, that's tough when you're struggling and down by 13 points and nothing has gone right. You really want to take advantage of any opportunities that you create for yourself. And the blitz, everybody coming up front. There you see Stu Hill coming free, but Flutie does a great job to get that ball off, and Martin should have had it. There's one more time. That good pressure. Larry Ruck comes free. Stu Hill came free. It's tough. Doug Flutie made the right read.
Lou Pasaglia from deep in his zone. Short kick at the 50, and not much of a return possible for the Eskimos.
Darrell Colbert picks up Louis Pasaglia's punt.
Louis Pasaglia only 14 points away from tying Dave Cutler for the all-time lead in scoring. 28 points.
See how our mathematicians correct you so quickly up
They
here.
were on me in a hurry.
They both jumped up.
Yeah. Jumped out of their chairs. I've never seen Cootie move that fast. Unless there was a dime on the floor.
1st down, Eskimos. They lead it 13-0. Flag down. This is Craig Ellis. And Ellis got away from one. Drawhorn came up to break up the play. Anthony Drawhorn, number 4. We'll check the infraction.
There's a flag on the play.
BC number 92 is offside. It's 1st down, Edmonton repeated.
That's Tony Visco out of Purdue, the former Argonaut.
He was originally drafted by the BC Lions and traded to the Toronto Argonauts, and now traded back in that deal that brought Matt Dunnigan to the Toronto Argonauts. Willie Pless, of course, coming over in that deal.
Reggie Taylor hard running inside, and he's out.
Reggie Taylor, the ball carrier,
the 40, stopped by Willie Pless, number 32.
Alondra Johnson, the middle linebacker for the BC Lions, had 115 tackles last season, which ranked him 2nd in the league, and he doesn't usually miss too often, but that time he made the perfect read, came up into the hole, and had Reggie Taylor in his sights, but just could not make the play. Reggie Taylor, you know, a 5'6", 175 pounds. He's a tough little guy to tackle. You know, you might think of a small guy as easy to bring down, but you know, he's a little jitterbug out there and sometimes tough to tackle.
It'll be a first down for the Eskimos once more. Now just inside the BC 40. 13-0. Edmonton leading BC. 9 seconds remaining in the opening quarter at Commonwealth. Another flag. Richards is wide open. That's a touchdown. He could have walked home. Chris Major chased him in, but Major did not make a play. Hang on. We'll check out the infraction.
I think it was Tom Richards that moved early.
Well, that's how you get open.
Ah, well, if you don't get caught.
Bud Steen.
Offside, Edmonton number 25, first down repeated.
Well, we're going to have a look at it. Tom Richards trying to get a little head start, and you see the little hesitation. He knew he was infringing, and they caught him. Nice play, though.
After one at Commonwealth.
First and 15, Edmonton.
The Eskimos leading the BC Lions 13-0.
I guess the guys driving the truck didn't know it was called back.
This is first and 15, and it was batted down by Tony Bisco.
Pass batted down by Tony Bisco, Lions. It's second and 15, Edmonton.
Now second and 15.
Bisco had a tough year with the Argonauts last year. It seemed like he always took a lot of heat from then head coach Bob Ovilovich, and I know in chatting with him tonight, he said he was very, very happy to be out in Vancouver and getting a chance to start all over in his career. We hope he does well.
2 penalties, and that means we are still in the first quarter, despite the fact that the zeros are up on the scoreboard. The Eskimos are back to first and 10. Ham looks for the bundle. Right. That's number 2. Second touchdown of the night for Keith Wright.
What a beautiful throw by Tracy Ham. Good speed by Keith Wright. Chris Major can't stay with him, but man, oh man, is Tracy Ham on tonight. And once again, we go back to the fact that the BC Lions just have not been able to put any pressure on Tracy Ham, and he's had all day to pick out his receivers, and that time threw a beautiful strike to Keith Wright for his second of the night.
Ray McAreedy. He has been perfect so far this evening. Couple of field goals, couple of converts now. And that puts the Eskimos into a 20-0 lead on the BC Lions. 2 touchdowns by Keith Wright. His second moments ago from 39 yards away. That's quarter 1 at Commonwealth. The Edmonton Eskimos happy again tonight. The Edmonton home opener, and the Eskimos are in front comfortably already. Second quarter underway. Who's got the ball? Darrell Wallace had the ball. Not much of a return.
Well, the first quarter statistics suggest that the Edmonton Eskimos were much the best team on the field. Look at the numbers, really impressive. Net yardage 150 to 25. You know, guys, Rick Foggy was the big story for the BC Lions in a couple of games against Edmonton. We may see him before too long unless Doug Flutie can make something happen.
Well, in all fairness to Doug Flutie, you know, the turnovers weren't his fault, and Kennard Martin should have hung onto a ball. It would have been a first down. But I think you're right, Peter. You know, if there's no hesitation on Larry Kuharich's part to put Ricky Foggy into the ball game.
Flag down there as Flutie looked for Ray Alexander.
Pass interference. Edmonton, number 30. First down.
Dan Bass.
Well, I didn't see it on Danny Bass. They were throwing to the outside, and
Bass wouldn't normally be out there covering on Alexander, would he?
I hope not.
Or he's faster than we thought.
BC
Bass
would like that.
Lions first down at the 30 now. Flutie over the middle has Skinner. We're close to 5.
Flutie doesn't look overly comfortable back in the pocket, does he, John? It seems like he's a little nervous back there, and that last throw to Skinner looked like he really was forcing the football and not throwing in a nice calm rhythm. Watch this now. He gets pretty good time to throw, and that's a pretty good pocket for him, but I guess he had a sidearm it a little bit with the pressure coming in up front.
Lions out at the 35 now. 2nd and 5, facing Flutie. That's better. Carinci has the catch. Big first down for the Lions out near midfield.
Doug Flutie's pass to
21-yard
gain. Complete. 21-yard
That was a good throw by Doug Flutie, and a nice read by Jan Carinci. Originally, he was supposed to just sit on the sidelines, but he saw the open area just a little farther downfield, let himself drift into it, and that is a good throw by Doug Flutie. And once again, his offensive line gave him good protection. Jan Carinci had a nice touchdown catch last week in the opener against Calgary.
Lions now inside Eskimo territory for the first time at the 54. Flutie slips as he throws. Carinci again, another BC first down. Consistent. Another 21-yard gain for Carinci. Mark Norman covering for the Eskimos.
I'm really impressed with how Doug Flutie is reading the defenses of the Edmonton Eskimos. He saw the blitz once again, and he knew Mark Norman, the safety, had to come over and take Jan Carinci, and he let the ball fly before Carinci made his break and put it right on target. And back-to-back tosses have the BC Lions in scoring position now, and I believe a penalty added on as well.
There's a penalty against the Eskimos. Rough play, and I think it might have been on Flutie. Kevin Clark coming in a little late. Look where the Lions are now. First down at the Eskimo 18. Flutie looked to the end zone, and his receiver, Alexander, was tied up. Larry wants a break.
I kind of agree with you, Larry. Andre Francis, number 14, is one of the best one-on-one guys in the league, if not the best, in my opinion. But he really did have a good grab on Ray Alexander's jersey that time. That's an interesting matchup. Andre Francis 5'8", Alexander 6'4".
So this is 2nd and 10. Lions at the Eskimo 18. Flutie time to throw again, and off target that time. Intending that for Larry Willis.
Had a long chat with Keith Gooch tonight before the ball game, and of course he played for the last 6 seasons with the BC Lions and came over to the Edmonton Eskimos as a free agent. Very interesting for me to talk to him and say, you know, you were a free agent, how come the Lions didn't sign you? And he said, well, Leaf, I don't quite understand. They never really showed any interest in re-signing me, and of course Edmonton was really interested in me because they had lost Stanley Blair, so he said I wanted to come to the team that wanted me.
First chance for points for the BC Lions with Jan Carinci holding. Lou Pasaglia is on target, but needed a little help.
He was leaning the right way. Attaboy, Louis.
The Lions finally on the board, but it's a long way back to catch the Eskimos in the second quarter.
There's a line that every player must cross. And whether that line is drawn in chalk or paint on a sheet of
Pasaglia will kick off after the field goal.
Larry Kaharich said to us yesterday that he's been extremely happy so far with the kicking of Lou Pasaglia. A real sore spot for them a few years ago when he left and tried his luck in the National Football League, and now that he's been back for over a full season, it's really solidified their kicking game once again.
#1 punter last week. He averaged 46 yards per punt.
Actually, that's one area of the team that he was really pleased in last week, was the play of his special teams. And in the Canadian Football League, it accounts for so much. Roughly 25% of the game is involved in the kicking game.
Too deep for the Eskimos on Saglia's kick. This is Henry the Gizmo Williams. Ran right into Tony Visco.
Gizmo Williams, an 18-yard run back. Stopped on the play by Tony Visco of the BC Lions.
Visco 6'4", 235.
Eskimos on their own 33.
Williams 5'6", 185. It is a bit of a mismatch. Tracy Ham leads the Eskimo offense out now. He has been hot so far tonight. 4 scoring drives and a 20-point lead before the Lions got on the board. Both touchdown tosses to Keith Wright. First down, Edmonton, far side. That's Colbert.
Colbert complete.
All right, everybody, on the next official timeout, stay right where you are because we're
Well, we talked about Mark Gastineau,
so get ready.
his second game with the BC Lions. They've taken him out of the ball game right now. Number 90, Rick Klassen, the veteran, is in his place.
2nd and 5.
5-yard gain. And this will be 2nd and 5 Eskimos. From the 38. Open man. Ham on target for Craig Ellis.
I chatted with Craig Ellis before the ball game, and of course he was a running back before he became a receiver, and I asked him if that helped him being a wide receiver.
Running back, I utilize my talent as coming out of the backfield pretty much is what I'm doing right now as a slot back. But after I get the ball, it does help me to become a running back. You know, now you got the ball and you got to elude tackles. So I think running back did help me become a better pass runner as being a slot.
And I think that's really true. You know, when he catches the football, he is so dangerous with his moves as a running back. And boy, what a pleasant surprise he has been for the Edmonton Eskimos.
The Eskimos missed on their first try. 2nd and 10. Too high. Intercepted. Ken Watson. And Watson gets the Lions good field position out near the Edmonton 50 with a return. Keith Wright made the stop on Watson.
A 10-yard return.
First interception of the season.
Ball is on the Eskimo 52.
Ball simply overthrown for Craig Ellis, and Kenny Watson was right there on the spot to make the interception.
First down. BC with good field position. Long. Willis. Forced out inside the 15. Flutie right on the money with a great toss to Larry Willis. And a 37-yard gain.
Boy, he ran a nice pass pattern against Keith Gooch. He took him to the inside on what we call a post corner, and Keith Gooch bit on that post move, and then he broke it back to the corner. You see the little pump fake by Doug Flutie, and Flutie throws a nice strike to Larry Willis. Larry Willis had himself another good year last year. 73 catches, over 1,400 yards, 3 times in his career. He's been over 1,000 yards. And a nice free agent signing for the BC Lions.
Lions threatening here, 1st and 10 from the 15, and it's picked up. Jeff Braswell. Braswell still down the sidelines. Jay Christensen finally made the tackle, and Braswell has become a factor here a couple of times tonight.
Boy, you talk about tunnel vision for a quarterback. You know, like I can't understand how Flutie could not see Braswell. He was standing right there, and sometimes quarterbacks just don't see those guys, and Braswell makes the interception, and a good job by Jay Christensen to run him down from behind. Once again, the turnovers plague the BC Lions.
Eskimos first down from the BC 50. Ham trying to find room. He loses a couple of yards.
Tracy Ham forced out of bounds on the play by Alondra Johnson.
One of the few times pressure has gotten through to bother Tracy Ham. And there you see Ricky Foggy on the sidelines loosening up. Don't be surprised if we see him shortly.
Oh, it just came off. Hey, man, that River beef all out of there, man. Beef. Watch out, Peter.
I have no idea what he was trying
I think
to
he's
say.
taking his next holiday to Fort Lauderdale or Miami Beach.
2nd and 12, the Eskimos. And this is Reggie Taylor taking the pass and grabbing a first down. Anthony Drawhorn made the stop. 14-yard gain for Reggie Taylor.
Reggie Taylor, first down at the
Already off to a great start.
That's why I like Tracy Ham so much. He's become such a patient quarterback. You know, a lot of times young guys will force it in downfield, but the old adage, take what the defense gives you, and Reggie Taylor was open underneath, and he knows when he catches the football, he's able to pick up the first down running, so just dump it off to him. Nice, easy pass to complete.
Eskimos now inside the BC 40 at the 39. Another first down. And another completion. Keith Wright over the middle this time. And he's brought down at the 20. Nice even 20-yard gain. Chris Major made the stop.
With the 20-yard pass to Keith Wright.
Tom Richards clears it out and tries to throw a little bit of a pick on Chris Major, and he makes Major go around the top of him, and that allows Keith Wright to come open. And once again, good time to throw for Tracy Ham, and he's right on target.
The Eskimos threatening once more. They already lead it 20-3 with 8:21 till halftime. He can do it all. Grabs a quick little 5 yards. Mike Henry made the stop on Ham that time.
5-yard run.
That is why he was the All-Canadian quarterback last season.
2nd and 5.
Tracy Ham so dangerous when he breaks containment and decides to take off. 5 carries, 36 yards so far tonight. Last week he had 54 yards rushing against the Toronto Argonauts. The extra dimension that he gives his offense.
Inside the 15, the Eskimos are 2nd and 5. Underthrown for Wright. Kicking team heads out for the Eskimos.
Watch his feet. See his feet?
It's 3rd and 5 for the Eskimos.
Good job.
BC Lions 14.
Tracy Ham so far this night, 11 of 20, equals 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. 1 interception that didn't really cost the Eskimos. McEready misses for the first time tonight and on the season.
How do you figure that? He makes all the long ones and misses the short one. I don't figure it. Anyway.
It is still a healthy Eskimo lead. 21-3. Edmonton in front of BC. Riders, Stamps, Lions.
Very good, Johnny.
They have been here practicing all night long, Lee.
Wow. I like that. Hey, how about that? Donald Trump, the new commissioner, is here tonight, and I'm sure he's enjoying this display as all the other fans at Commonwealth Stadium are.
On the sidelines, I guess the 4th-string quarterback in BC, Joe Paupau. On the field, it is Doug Flutie looking for a first down, and is very close to it. That toss.
Doug Flutie's pass to Larry Ray Willis, complete.
It's all Ricky Foggy in the football game now at quarterback for the BC Lions.
Pushed out of bounds.
He is a great runner himself. Excuse me, Larry Willis. He used to wear number 1, didn't he, Ricky Foggy?
Yes, he did.
Aha.
But that was the receiver. Oh, batted down. Oh. Hang on, should be a catch. That is Kennard Martin coming out. Martin alertly grabbing the ball.
Doug Flutie's 7-yard pass to Kennard Martin, complete.
And the Lions in a quick offense here. They're hurrying things up. 7 yards to gain there. This is 2nd and 3. 6:37 to go till halftime. Flutie over the middle. He's on a bit of a roll.
I think the hurry-up offense is a good scheme for Doug Flutie. Edmonton, with so many blitz packages they like to put in, this doesn't allow them to huddle up and get signals from the sidelines, and I think Flutie's smart going with the hurry-up.
21-3, the Eskimos out in front. The Lions on a bit of a roll here now. Tight coverage on Emmanuel Tolbert.
Enos Jackson, who was a rookie last year in 1989 for the Edmonton Eskimos, all Canadian. Shows you why right there. Stays right on the hip of Emmanuel Tolbert, one of the best inside receivers ever to play in Canada. Does a nice job. Flutie, the only place he can go is to try and throw it a little longer and hope Tolbert makes a sensational catch, and he just couldn't come up with it. Mr. Devastation, the toaster.
Well, Brett heads to the sidelines. Let's introduce Kurt Browning, a two-time World Figure Skating Championship, in his Edmonton Eskimo sweater up here tonight. Nice to have you drop by, Kurt.
Thank you very much.
Now, you're an Eskimo fan.
You bet.
It says right here on your shirt. But
all the way
Caroline.
They made you wear that tonight. Tell the truth now, Kurt. Did they make you wear that?
Heck no, they didn't even know I was coming.
I thought Caroline was halfway between Edmonton and Calgary.
Yeah, it is, and it's a good place to tell the best jokes. Because you never know which way they're going to go.
Tolbert can't quite hang on.
He's good on the play for the Eskimos. Check out Kevin Clark on the play.
Well, you can't throw the ball any better. Flutie put it right on the money, and Emmanuel Tolbert usually comes up with that catch. He's done it enough in the past to go over the 1,000-yard mark 5 times in his career.
Lou Pasaglia will kick it away for the BC Lions. Flags down. We'll sort out the infraction down there as the ball trickles out of bounds. What did you spot, Leaf?
Don't put me on the spot like that. Bud will tell you, just be patient.
Major foul. Edmonton number 94, objectionable conduct. 10 yards back on the run back, first down.
It was a major foul.
You got it. Michel Bourgeot. So the Eskimos will begin this next drive deep in their own zone. Now, Kurt, I guess you've followed the Eskimos' Grey Cup success over quite a few seasons.
It's pretty inspirational. I got closer being in the NHL and the CFL by being a figure skater than I ever would have by being a hockey player or a football player.
Kurt, what's your agenda for the summer, and as you look to defend the title you've won twice?
That's an exciting idea, but my summer constitutes a little bit of tanning and a heck of a lot of skating. I've got the Goodwill Games coming up in Seattle, and that's sort of a mixture between both Winter and Summer Olympics, and that's going to be exciting.
What's the training schedule at this point in time? Turn and face the camera here so we can say hi to Caroline and the rest of Canada.
Right. The Eskimos. Basically, it's tamed down since they took figures out of my sport, and I have a lot more time to do other things like fitness for the first time in my life, big secrets out, and you know, a little bit of dance, some musicality, and maybe some a better image this year.
How difficult was it to repeat last year, and how difficult might it be for you to go and make it 3 in a row?
3 in a row. Last year, the difficult part was the fall season. And once I got through that, the Worlds itself wasn't that hard. Sounds easy, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and you made it look that way at certain times. Stay with us for a couple more minutes, and we'll get back to football action here now. The Eskimos on offense. Taylor once more. And another first down.
What a great crowd, eh?
Fun night here at this stadium. Now this is training headquarters for you, I take it, still at the Glenora?
Edmonton's home now. Yeah, it's pretty easy to call it home. City of Champions over again.
Yes, there's been a few. Eskimos looking to make it a double this year after the Oilers Stanley Cup win. That has happened on
Hard to
previous
be humble
occasions.
at Edmonton, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Browning wasn't even born here, and he's already on the bandwagon.
I've been living here for 8 years.
I realize that.
Ball on the 27.
We used to go fishing down around Carolina.
That's why there's nothing left.
For brown trout in a little stream there,
Oh,
just
really?
outside of town. Taylor is something else tonight.
Blake Dermott, the left tackle, just does an outstanding job blocking on Mark Gastineau. Watch at the bottom of your screen. He turns him to the outside, creates a nice cutback lane for Reggie Taylor. And here in the second quarter, Reggie Taylor is in fine form, just where he left off last week. 20-yard pickup on that carry for Reggie Taylor.
Another Eskimo first down. Underthrown that time for Colbert.
Gets her to second base though.
Looking back over the years, Kurt, are there favorite Eskimos you remember more fondly than others?
I wish Hector was still here. Whenever I came to the game, he was the one player that I could pick out every time, so I liked him the best. And I was here one time when he scored a touchdown.
How'd he score it? Hector.
Well,
he must have fallen on a loose ball in the end zone.
Well, he's the only guy who scored a touchdown, and everyone was standing up at the 30-yard line waiting 15 seconds for him to get it in, but it was pretty exciting.
He did have a great career. Gosh, he played for about 14, 15 years, I believe.
The end of the line came for Heck Pache this year. Eskimos will kick it away after Ham is dragged down.
A 6-yard loss.
I think if you asked 500 other people who their favorite Eskimo was, Heck Patier's name would not be on that list.
Tom. Mr. Wilkinson.
Yeah, he was a great one.
Sorry, Tom. I like his commercials now, though.
Oh, yeah, you can see a lot of Tom on television in Edmonton.
Great Macarini's punt returned by Norman Jefferson.
Jefferson gets a 5-yard return on that.
30-yard punt.
The BC Lions will begin at the 45 when we return. 3:32 to go in the opening half.
Right away.
Down for the BC Lions. And Skinner comes up a little short.
7-yard gain on the play, stopped by Kevin Clark, the Eskimos.
Tomorrow is the kickoff of the Klondike game.
Chris Skinner, of course, last year with the Ottawa Rough Riders and began his career right here with the Edmonton Eskimos. Makes the catch, comes up a little short of that first down. And if I didn't mention that he was from Bishop's University, Bobby Layton, our statistician whose son Robbie went there, would be mad at me for the rest of the season.
3-minute warning is up at Commonwealth. Flutie and the BC Lions in some difficulty here with the Eskimos out in front, 21-3.
Daddy?
Rough Ride with the CFL report at 9 Eastern, a week from Friday, followed by the game itself at 9:30. Those two teams meet Thursday night at McMahon Stadium, so we'll get the replay back at Taylor Field next Friday.
That's the juggler on the sidelines. That's what Larry Kuharek has to be. Trying to juggle a few players in and out of his defensive alignment in particular. Ricky Foggy waiting for his opportunity. Right now it is Lou Fasaglia's turn. On 3rd and 3. Little razzle-dazzle here as the Lions try and come up a little bit short on a 3rd down gamble. Larry Ruck made the tackle. Kennard Martin actually ended up with the ball on a direct snap.
The play short of the first.
You know, Larry,
not fooled.
Sorry, John. You know, Larry Kuharich, he's a gambler, and I really had the feeling that they were going to try and do something here. Watch, takes the snap and then shovels it. Didn't fool Larry Ruck or anybody else. came up about 3 yards short.
At one point they called it the Bomberooski. I don't know if it was executed the way that the Bombers used to be able to do that. The Eskimos on the attack again. Another big first down.
Tracy Ham's pass to
Henry Williams has 19 yards on that reception from Tracy Ham. Chris Major made the tackle. A lot of weapons
35-yard line
on the Eskimo offense.
That's really the story of the ball game. The turnovers have hurt the BC Lions. The Edmonton Eskimos able to capitalize and score points off of those turnovers. The Giz makes a nice catch working one-on-one with Chris Major.
First down at the 35, and Tom Richards couldn't bring it down.
Tom Richards incomplete. Second down, Eskimos.
No, it's interesting.
Rick Ryan in on the
Mostly in the first half, Tracy Ham's just been dropping back straight in the pocket. Now late in the second quarter, going more to the rollout and really confusing the pass rush of the BC Lions. Nobody getting close to him. He had Tom Richards open, but threw it just a little too far. But pretty smart on offense, just not staying with the same thing. Move that pocket around and always try and confuse that defense. Tracy Ham very good at it.
Second and 10. Eskimos at the BC 35. Ham decked from behind. And that is not Gastineau, that is Mike Henry.
You would know if that was Gastineau. He'd be jumping all over the place. Mike Henry, only 5'11", 240 pounds. Tried to make it with the Calgary Stampeders in 1987. Was cut, came back in 88, was cut. Now finally in 1990, he makes the starting lineup for the BC Lions, and he gets the first sack and really the first pressure on Tracy Ham tonight. Sonoma State, you know where that is?
I really don't.
California. Don't ask me where in California.
It's a big state.
It's in California. I'd never heard of that school before, Sonoma State.
Ray McAreedy from the 49 missed his last try. He's well short on this try. Anthony Drawhorn concedes the point after bumping into one of the officials down there.
Ray McAreedy has some big shoes to fill here in Edmonton. Of course, Jerry Carwick, who did such a great job kicking for the Eskimos, played out his options, trying his luck in the NFL, but that's a pretty long field goal to attempt for Ray McAreedy. Doug Flutie, he needs to get something going. He's got a minute and 34 left in the first half. He trails by 18 points. Would dearly love to put a touchdown on the board before halftime.
You don't get a point for it?
Emmanuel Tolbert can make things happen. He's been doing it in Canadian football for a lot of years now.
Doug Flutie with the 39-yard pass to Emmanuel Tolbert for the
39-yard gain and a biggie for the Lions.
Good protection this time for Doug Flutie, and he's able to step up in the pocket. And for the most part tonight, he has thrown the ball very well. That time, a perfect strike to Emmanuel Tolbert. He's able to hang on at 39 yards now with just under a minute and 20 to go. And at the 29-yard line of the Edmonton Eskimos, the BC Lions have a chance to get back in this game.
Charge comes. Flutie gets away and fired low. Sending that for Kennard Martin.
Well, what a smart play by Doug Flutie. You know, that's experience right there. He had the pressure initially up the middle from Larry Ruck. Was able to get away from him, and then with big Mike Walker, number 61, closing in, he does the smart play, and you know, really he's grounding the football, but Kennard Martin was close enough, so a flag wasn't thrown. But that's a good play from Flutie to avoid the sack.
Second and 10 at the 29 of the Lions. Great catch. Flutie was a little behind the receiver.
That's Flutie's pass to Emmanuel Tolbert.
Tolbert makes the catch.
First down, BC.
What a great job by Doug Flutie. Sees the blitz coming and knows he's going to have to get rid of the football quickly. And before Tolbert even turned around, the ball was in the air. And boy, they pick up the first down and keep this drive going.
Less than a minute to go till halftime. Lions with a chance for the first touchdown on their score sheet tonight. From the 15, a first down. End zone toss. Ray Alexander. Hoped for a call. Didn't come.
Well, with the height advantage that Ray Alexander has over Andre Francis, about 8 inches, that's really a good pass to throw, the alley-oop, but Francis just would not let him get free. The Edmonton defensive backs are really doing a good job tonight at coming up and bumping the BC receivers and not letting them get into their pattern.
Flutie hesitates and looks to the end zone. It's tipped. And Tolbert had a chance on the jump ball.
He should have had it. Should have had it. E.T. would like to have that over again. Let's see if the ball was tipped. Originally, I didn't think it was, and I thought Tolbert had a free shot at it. Looks as though he did. Tough year in Toronto last year for Emmanuel Tolbert. He pulled a groin and only played in 10 games for the Argonauts last year.
Larry Kuharich will take the points where he can get them at this stage of things. Lou Pasaglia, and that field goal is good. The Lions have a couple of field goals to show for the opening half. 21-6 on the scoreboard. Make it 22-6.
Farraghelli has to be very pleased with the way his team has played in the first half. Had a good win in Toronto last week, and now the team has come out flying. Larry Kuharich, on the other hand, things have not gone too well tonight. Doug Flutie trying to engineer some offense, but a couple of drop balls really have cost him, and of course the turnovers as well.
Into the final 27 seconds now, the Eskimos have a comfortable lead.
Second and 8 for the Eskimos.
No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for Edmonton.
On the 37-yard line.
Timeout on the field. 26 seconds to go. Coming up at halftime, we'll meet Murray Pezim.
Don't mess with the Pez. That's what he says.
Joe Cap's wearing a jacket here tonight. The BC Lion presidents.
He bought jackets for the whole team.
Well, the
whole team got the windbreakers with "Don't mess with the Pez" on it. He is colorful.
Good fake by Tracy Ham, looking to the far side. Loose ball. Drawhorn had a shot at picking out the interception with 18 seconds to go. Craig Ellis couldn't quite hang on.
Anthony Drawhorn on the play for
Pretty good fake by Tracy Ham to sell the run and hold the linebackers. Puts it on his hip and rolls to the outside. And Craig Ellis almost comes up with a spectacular diving catch there. Drawhorn, God, I thought he should have had the interception.
Now down to 18 seconds till halftime. Too deep for the Lions. McAreedy's kick. Bouncing away from Wallace. This is Norman Jefferson. And Jefferson lost a bundle. Leading the Eskimo tacklers that time, Leroy Blue.
By Norman Jefferson. Leroy Blue in on the tackle.
Time for one play. Now, do you call the Hail Mary here?
Sure. Why not?
He's done it in college. He did it last week.
Well, he's got two good wide receivers to go up and get it. I think with 6 seconds, I'd let it fly.
Oh, yeah, right in my seconds.
Didn't work that time. Picked off by Andre Francis. should be halftime at Commonwealth. Doug Flutie was unable to get the BC Lion offense rolling in the opening half here. And the Eskimos have a rather comfortable lead as they saunter to the dressing room.
This update is
ball here tonight.
Yes, he did. And as Peter Watts will show you in a few minutes with the statistical story, you'll see that the 4 turnovers were also a big factor in the success of the Edmonton Eskimos.
Marco Sincar's kickoff, return 19 yards by Kennard.
Well, Leif, you're exactly right. Turnover is the key part of the story here, but the Eskimos struck quickly and struck very effectively. They had almost double the time of possession, and they did a lot of damage when they had the football. But the turnovers are the story, 5-1 in favor of the Eskimos. That's why they lead it by 16.
Time of possession also a key factor. The Eskimos were able to drive for a couple of touchdowns. The BC Lions had a couple of drives fizzle in Eskimo territory. First down. Flutie to the far side for Skinner, and Skinner has substantial yardage inside the Edmonton zone at the 45. Stopped by Kevin Clark. Good call, good play.
It's a good pass play against that Edmonton defense. You know, Flutie has been getting a lot of pressure, so the idea to try and establish some momentum on offense is to hit those backs quickly out in the flat. And Jeff Braswell just cannot get out in time to catch up with Chris Skinner, and what a super way to start the third quarter for the Lion offense.
Let's see what they can do with good field position here. Flare pass out for Skinner once more, and Braswell was there.
Skinner incomplete.
He doesn't get too excited, does he?
Jeff Braswell on the play.
Another celebrity in our area here tonight. Premier of the province of Alberta, Don Getty, joins us now. Former Eskimo quarterback. You used to look just like Tracy Ham out there in your days, didn't you?
Actually, Tracy and I throw a lot alike, John, but I don't think I moved around like him. They used to refer to me as cement boots. You couldn't say that about Tracy.
There were cement boots and spaghetti legs in that backfield, wasn't
That's right, John. Isn't it a great spectacle tonight?
Great night. And the Lions on the move here inside the Eskimo 20-yard line down near the 18 as Flutie has a few things going here. 29-yard toss to Jan Carinci. Great crowd on hand here, Don.
Yes, it is. Hugh Campbell and the Eskimos are doing a fine job of marketing the product, and I hope people all over the league start to get out and support what is a terrific football league and a great part of Canada.
This will be a first down for BC at the Eskimo 19. The Eskimos leading 22-6, and here's Flutie on a tear. Flutie will score. It'll make things a little more interesting at Commonwealth. It was all Eskimos in the opening half, and the Lions have marched efficiently here as Flutie takes it in on a 19-yard run.
That's the way I used to run, John. Just like that.
Don, thanks very much for stopping by. Always good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, Premier Getty, I'm sure you can appreciate the athletic ability of a Doug Flutie, and as I suggested in the highlight package, that's what Doug Flutie was going to have to do to generate some offense in the second half. Take it upon himself to run with the football a little more, and that was a beautiful run for the touchdown.
It certainly was, and it shows the athletic ability of Flutie. I think he fits our game, and I heard you say that very, very well.
Perfectly suited for the Canadian Football League. I'm glad we got him up here.
You bet.
Should sell a few tickets and might have sold a few here tonight, Don.
Yes, and like to see this kind of excitement in a football game. The more athletic ability we have on the field, the more the fans are going to enjoy it. And this is a fine addition to our league.
Do you want to describe how he gets into the end zone here, Mr. Premier?
Actually, the Eskimos have spent a lot of time trying to make sure they could stop his rollout, but this time he went inside the boxing end, found the hole inside, because they've been rushing to the outside to keep him from rolling out. So he went inside that.
I'll tell you what, Premier, I'm going to take your spot down in the stands. You just stay here and do that color. That was very good.
Which job do you think is easier, Don?
I think I enjoyed the challenges of football in terms of being easier, but we've got a great province here and two fine football teams in Alberta, and I really feel good about the league's prospects this year.
And being a politician, of course, you have to cheer for them both as the occasion arises, even though you are a former Eskimo.
Yes, my good friend Normie Kwong, of course, is president of the Stampeders, and I talk to him often. But I'd like to see both clubs do very well, and I think they're set up to do that this year.
We'll let you get back to your seats, Don. Always great to see you, and thanks for coming back.
Big is back in the Canadian Football League, returning punts and kickoffs, and boy, he always gives his offense good field position.
Tracy Ham at the controls of the Eskimo attack, just off target there.
Tracy Ham with the pass.
Well, Leaf, we know where we can go. If you ever go down and get hurt, we'll get Don Getty up here to sit alongside.
Did a nice job on that, doing the color on Flutie's run. But just as it was imperative for the BC Lion offense to get started here in the third quarter, now the defense has to do their best to try and shut down Tracy Ham.
Second and 10 Eskimos at the 52. Ham looks to convert. Richards got one hand on it. Would have been a tough catch.
Ooh, that would have been a beauty. Looked like the ball stuck right in there briefly. But he just couldn't come up with it.
Turning Point tonight will be brought to you by National Trust.
Third and 10 Eskimo.
There is one major financial institution that listens to your needs, that provides you with the personal service you're entitled to. National Trust. Make us the turning point in your financial future.
McAreedy's kick taken by Norman Jefferson, number 12. He lost it, but they're going to rule it a dead ball. Michel Bourgeot with the stick on the returner, and it was picked up by Larry Ruck. And it'll be a fumble going to the Eskimos.
Larry Ruck with his second fumble recovery of the night. Boy, oh boy, it's a disaster strikes once again for the BC Lions.
Look at that.
Oh, you just can't give a team like Edmonton these kind of opportunities. You know, you want to make them drive the field and work for all their points, but this is too easy.
Reggie Taylor once more. 3 yards for Taylor. Second and 7.
Second and
8 carries, 43 yards.
BC 17.
Down near the 5, they rule it no catch. Keith Wright. Chris Major was in the area.
We'll have a look. The one official who has the best look at it from the middle of the field says, no way. Mr. Wright, you did not come up with the football.
So that's a little bit of a break for the BC Lions. The turnover will only cost a couple of points. Ray McAreedy on target this time. He missed a couple, but he's back on the mark now. Eskimos continue to hang on to the lead on the British Columbia Lions. The Lions have a touchdown in the third quarter, and it's 25-13.
At McCain, we wanted to tell you right on the pack about our new, improved, easier, faster, bigger, thicker, juicier, flame-broiled, 100% pure beef burger with crispier, more golden fries, but it just wouldn't fit on the outside. But on the inside, the McCain new, improved, easier, faster, bigger, thicker, juicier, flame-broiled, 100% pure beef burger with crispier, more golden fries fit just fine and tastes better than ever. McCain Superfast Microwave Burger and Fries, now better than ever.
Back live at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. John Wells along with Leif Pettersson and Peter Watts. Great night for football, great stadium, good crowd here.
Well, this truly is a beautiful stadium, and the only grass field left in Canada. It's in excellent shape, always has been. You see the Lions score, how the Eskimos have done it to the BC Lions so far this evening, getting out to a great jump in the first quarter as they outscored the Lions 20-0. And now just taking advantage of another fumble by the BC Lions with a Ray McAreedy field goal, and we stand at 25-13 at this point.
Ricky Foggy is ready in case he gets called on. That's nice of Scoreboard Productions to welcome us to Edmonton.
Be alert on bootleg. In the eye, both just do like last time. Both start and tackle full. All right, if he gives you the back ball, pull back over, then tackle stays at home.
Ready for Sincar's kickoff for the Eskimos after the field goal. Martin on the return. He's near the 35.
Martin Sincar's kickoff taken by Kennard Martin.
In there by Keith Gooch, Kevin Clark. Numbers on Doug Flutie. It is not all his fault that the Lions are in arrears at this stage of things tonight.
Well, they had a couple of drop balls, and that really has hurt Doug Flutie. Once again, Mark Gastineau trying to get the proper cleats on to give him that leverage and explosion that he needs to try and get past the offensive tackles and pass rush.
Right now it is up to the BC offense. Nice fake by Flutie. Time to throw. And grabbed by Emmanuel Tolbert. Out near midfield. 21-yard gain.
BC offensive line doing an excellent job to protect for Flutie. The play action certainly helps to freeze everybody, but that time good sight lines downfield for Doug Flutie, only at 5'9", sometimes difficult seeing over the big lineman. Not the prettiest pass he's ever thrown.
It was
but
not pretty.
Emmanuel Tolbert did a nice job to concentrate and make that catch.
And the Lions are just nicely into Eskimo territory now with a first down. The Edmonton 54, Flutie. Chased by Stu Hill. And Flutie has a first down. Took a pretty good hit, and a flag goes down. As Flutie is decked, he is also up. Jeff Braswell will cost the Eskimos some roughing yardage.
Well, you knew at some point tonight he was going to do it. He talked about it in the paper, how he watched Flutie, and we'll hear the call. Well, I'm a big believer, Wellesley, as you know, in protecting the quarterbacks, and there's no room for stuff like this. No question Doug Flutie's intent to go out of bounds, and Jeff Braswell, as he has done so many times in his career, takes a roughing penalty, and a very unnecessary one.
Paragelli not excited about it. First down for the Lions at the Eskimo 28. Good run by Flutie, a penalty to Braswell, and Flutie takes off again, lost the ball, and the Eskimos have recovered. Turnover number 7. Dan Bass.
It looked as though initially Doug Flutie had some room to run upfield, but I do believe it was number 47, Larry Ruck, that will reach in and knock the football loose. Yes, it was Larry Ruck. Danny Bass, number 30, with the recovery, and once again, scoring drive for the BC Lions snuffed out by the turnover.
Great recovery by Danny Bass. He's been around a year or two, former Stampeder. He has really been a star with the Eskimos, though.
11 years from Michigan State.
Picked off by the Lions. Plas tipped the ball, and coming up with it is Tony Visco.
Of the Lions.
So he's had an impact.
The old tip trail works for the BC Lions.
Take over on the Eskimo 44-yard line.
Tracy Ham delivers this football. You're going to see a tip by number 32, Willie Plas. Craig Ellis has a shot at it, and Tony Visco comes across and makes the interception. So the BC Lions get to break their way, and let's see if they can take advantage of it and get back in this game. Heck, they only trail by 12 points.
25-13 as it stands right now. Visco, the BC hero of the moment. The Lions with a first down. The Edmonton 44 behind the intended receiver, Alexander.
Keith Gooch covering for the Eskimos.
Well, once again, not Doug Flutie's fault. He threw the ball on timing, and as Alexander made his break, he went down. And it'd be frustrating for Flutie tonight. At times, he's looked very good, and other times, has not had a lot of help from his teammates.
25-13. The Eskimos lead the way with 8:04 to go, third quarter. Flutie with time. Batted down. Carinci was the intended receiver. Flag down. Bass was right with Carinci.
That's Flutie's pass intended for Dan Carinci. Incomplete. Batted down by Danny Bass.
Getting a little heated down there. Stu Hill's fighting with the big guys. Danny Bass interference, I think. Well, let's have a look at Stuart Hill. He comes on the stunt. He goes to the inside, and Mike Walker to the outside. And let's see what gets him a little excited at the end here. Oh, yeah. I guess that little shot for me and St. Clair will do it.
37.
First and 10. Lions at the Eskimo 37. Flutie looks deep. Great catch by Larry Willis. He has the touchdown. Larry Willis. "37 yards on this one."
Oh, what a play by Flutie, and a smart play to go to the quick sprint out. He gets away from the pressure up the middle, and boy, he really relies on Willis to do a job at the end of this pass because their coverage was super by Andre Francis. Willis breaks to the inside and makes the catch, and as he did last year 14 times, comes up with his first touchdown in 1990. And what an acquisition he was coming over as a free agent from the Calgary Stampeders. Boy, that was some catch.
Here is Lou Pasaglia. Flags down. Pasaglia smacks it through.
Wellesley, we have ourselves a football game here in the third quarter.
Standing at 25-19 right now.
Edmonton number 14 was offside on the convert. Penalty applied on the kickoff. Convert's good.
So there you go. Your up-to-the-minute scoring summary from the referee this evening, Bud Steen. It is now a 5-point ball game. The Eskimos still in the lead. Down of the night for him. And that gets the BC Lions right back into this ball game. They are down by 5. The scoring drive covered 43 yards. A couple of plays. Braswell setting things up and finished off on a 37-yard pass to Larry Willis. Visco interception and a Braswell penalty kept the Lions drive moving.
Well, you know, John, I love to see a quarterback really rely on his receiver to come open at the end. You know, the coverage was very good, but Flutie threw it up, and Willis did a great job to make that touchdown catch.
Colbert's on the return for the Eskimos. Out to the 35. Decent field position there.
With the 15-yard return for the Eskimos.
Stopped by Alondra Johnson, number 44.
Stopped at the 35-yard line. First and 10.
So as Tracy Ham comes back into the huddle with halfway gone in this third quarter, the Eskimos find themselves in a ball game. Had everything pretty much their own way throughout this football game, but now find themselves only in the lead by 5 points.
Third quarter has belonged to the BC Lions. 141 yards total offense in this quarter compared to 0 for the Eskimos. Ham in trouble as he lays it off for Craig Ellis, and Ellis more than halfway to a first down. And Watson made the stop.
For a 7-yard gain.
One of the other advantages of having Craig Ellis as a former running back is they can use him on the screen plays. And I'm sure Larry Kuhar's defense has been aware of this. But you see Ellis to the right of your screen just sneaks in behind the tackle Blake Dermott, and they allow the penetration from the BC line, and then Tracy Ham just lobs it up the air. Verschaval out in front. The BC Lions do a pretty good job to just hold that to 8 yards.
Second down and 2. Maybe not quite.
I think the second effort might have been able to spin him forward and get that first down.
And off to Blake Marshall.
Marshall, the ball carrier.
By a wave of BC Lions. Close to a first down.
11 touchdowns on the ground last year for Blake Marshall. Of course, that ranked him second in the league.
Let's go.
Ferragelli has seen the momentum of this game turn slightly here in the third quarter.
Come on,
It'll be a third down. I do believe.
I think you're right.
They'll measure it, though.
Is it my imagination, or is it dark in this stadium tonight?
Well, it's nighttime, Lee.
Well, I know, but the lights don't seem to be coming on too quickly here. Jeez, you figured that out, eh? How I let you get away with these things, I don't know. But nighttime out in the prairies here is a lot later than...
We are in the land of the midnight sun in northern Alberta. 3rd and inches. Flag down. Could be early movement from the BC Lions inside.
BC was offside. First down, Edmonton.
Well, little doubt about that anyway. I mean, the Eskimos were not about to be denied on 3rd and inches.
But it's tough to stop the quarterback, Tracy Ham, on 3rd and inches. So you try and cheat a little bit. You don't get caught, maybe you stop. You get caught, they were going to get the first down anyway. Gotta be sneaky every once in a while in this game.
That's the Eskimos' first down, 3rd quarter. The Lions have 8 already and a couple of touchdowns. To make this interesting, now Ham. Deep right, and right on the first down marker. 50.
Deep right, complete for first down.
Anthony Drawhorn up to make the stop.
The Eskimo receivers really do a good job running the hook patterns against zone coverage. They seem to always find the lanes, and Tom Richards took it a little farther inside, and that opened it up for Keith Wright between the defensive backs, and he ran an excellent pattern. Once again, a good throw by Ham.
Ham high that time. Wright, the intended receiver, once more.
Same pattern. He was open, just the ball delivered a little high. As he has enjoyed all night, though, Tracy Ham getting great protection from that offensive line. The veteran Rod Conop, the MVP offensive lineman last year in the Canadian Football League, anchors it, of course, at the center spot.
Ham ad-libbing. He's on his own, and he'll have a first down. Flag back in the Eskimo backfield. Did you spot holding?
Well, Trevor Bowles is walking the other way, and that would tell me that it's probably coming back. No question that Rick Ryan, number 8, will make that decision, I'm sure, to bring that ball back, as Tracy Ham had indeed picked up the first down.
12-yard gain.
Foul, spearing, Edmonton number 66, 2nd down repeated.
It's Trevor Bowles, number 66.
Well, probably what happened, and maybe we'll get a look at the left side of your screen. There's Gastineau working on Trevor Bowles, and I'm sure as Gastineau is down on the ground, Trevor Bowles probably gives him a shot with the helmet. There he goes. Yeah, no question about it. There you see to the left of your screen. You know what? That's a good call.
2nd and 25 for Ham and the Eskimos. He airs it out, sideline toss, and out of bounds. Was Taylor, the intended receiver. Coverage supplied by Chris Major.
Well, finally the BC Lions in the second half are getting a few breaks. That penalty on Trevor Bowles cost the Edmonton Eskimos a first down, and the defense has tightened up a little bit here in the 3rd quarter, and they will get the ball back, only trailing by 5. And Joe Ferragelli, if I was him, I would be a little upset. He's seen this game go from a 20-point lead in the 1st quarter, now down to 5, and momentum definitely shifting over quickly to the BC Lions.
Ray McAreedy back at his 31. Big charge by the Lions. There'll be no return as it goes out just inside the BC 40. So the Lions will have good field position when we return for their first down. A worried look upon Joe's face says it all. The Eskimos have had their lead disappear.
Minute International starts on Monday, the 22nd of July. 2 draws daily live on TNN. That's from the National Tennis Center at York University in Toronto. Great tennis as always. Coming up next week on TSN.
And Brian Gitko, the new national champion, won the Sun Life Nationals last week at the Ontario Racket Club in Mississauga. He gets a direct entry into the players. And boy, I'm a huge tennis fan, and I was really happy to see Brian Gitko, a nice young man from Welland, Ontario, win the Sun Life Nationals. And move on to the players, which is now he gets to play with the big boys.
Yeah, and it might be a little different, but we'll wish him well as the Canadian champ goes in against many of the best in the world.
Is there Lendl's coming, McEnroe's coming, Agassi, Connors, Michael Chang will be there. Great lineup. Of course, our pal Jim Van Horn will be back too.
Peter Burwash will be there.
First and 10 BC, number 41.
Chris Sedens will be providing all the courtside commentary and interviews with the players. Should be a great week of tennis.
We could be in for a big finish in this football evening at Commonwealth. The Lions have stormed back, and this is a big hole for Chris Skinner. Keith Gooch made the tackle. Skinner grabs 22.
Nice job up front, number 58, Rocco Romano turns out to tackle Mike Walker, and Skinner finds a little opening, and Danny Bass, who doesn't miss too many tackles, misses one there, and Skinner gets out of the open field, and watch out, here come the Lions.
First and 10 BC, Edmonton 47. Flutie down the sideline and missed. Kennard Martin that time.
There's Chris Skinner, originally from Bishop's University. Nick Araki, one of the all-time great tight ends, was also from that school. You'll recall him. Good move to get Chris Skinner over to the BC Lions in Ottawa. They were set at their running back positions this year, and for Skinner, a nice move to get to BC.
He is a former Eskimo who spent last year in Ottawa. Second and 10 Lions. Eskimo 47. Let's see what Flutie can do here. Alexander couldn't bring it home.
What a job by number 18, Keith Gooch, on the corner. Super coverage on Alexander. When he went up, he had his hands on the ball, but the hit by Gooch broke it up. Once again, the Edmonton Eskimos, as they do almost every game of the year, come up with that good pressure up the middle. Braswell, Ruck, Mark Norman from his safety spot on the safety blitz as well. They aren't afraid to bring the whole house.
They do it often.
Boy. Well, they've got such great defensive backs in man-to-man coverage that, you know, it allows them to take all these gambles.
And they have two pretty good defensive backs who used to be BC Lions out there on the corners. Andre Francis, Keith Gooch. Lou Pasaglia, this one is high. Henry Williams. Not much that time. Put a couple of sneaky little moves on down there, but didn't fool anyone.
Well, it was a beautiful punt by Lou Pasaglia. A nice long 41-yarder, but such great hang time. The Lions were able to get down and provide good coverage and rough up the gears a little bit.
I think Paul Wetmore led the tacklers that time. So Ham goes out and will go to work from deep in his own zone, inside the 15. And Henry Williams is not off the field yet. He was shaken up. And we can see how it happened.
A lot of shake and bake as he tries to get away.
It's actually Henry coming in and supplying the biggest hit. But Henry Williams now goes to the sidelines.
The Giz is only 5'6" and 185 pounds, but he's a pretty tough customer.
Taylor stopped by Willie Pless. And there was no yardage there. Second and 10.
Haven't really talked about Willie Pless too much this year. Of course, coming over in that trade for Matt Dunnigan, all Canadian in 1986 and 1988 with the Toronto Argonauts. played out his option, tried his luck with the New Orleans Saints of the NFL and couldn't make it, came back to Toronto, now ends up in BC.
Keith Wright gets the Eskimos out of a big pile of trouble as he makes the catch out near the 30. Chris Major was with him, but Keith Wright has the catch.
Well, that's really a huge play for the Eskimos. They've lost the momentum and trying to regroup, and second and long, good hook pattern by Keith Wright gets them out to over the 30-yard line and a little breathing room.
First down. Eskimos at the 31. Ham looks deep and carries himself. Boy, he's quick, and he's almost got a first down. He might even have it. The middle linebacker, Alondra Johnson, made the stop.
Boy, he is an exciting player to watch. It seems like every team in the Canadian Football League has some good quarterbacking this year.
Go around the league, just about everyone has a great quarterback.
Well, the only team that was a question mark as we began the season, of course, was Winnipeg. But then they made the deal for Tom Burgess, and what a game he had last week in Ottawa, directing them to that overtime thrilling win.
Short of the first, it's 2nd and 2. And there is the first.
Tracy Ham hands off to Blake Marshall.
Blake Marshall is tough. 6'1", 230 pounds, and he doesn't need much of an opening to get through and pick up 2 or 3 yards. That time, the right side of the offensive line with Randy Ambrosi and Trevor Bowles did a nice job to break him loose.
32, Michael Souls was helping the blockers as well.
Boy, he's a good young running back. Michael Souls from McGill University, and as so often happens in the Edmonton Eskimo history, they bring these backs along slowly, but he'll get his shot someday, and he'll be a good one.
From the 42 on 1st and 10, Taylor coming out of the backfield, and he is more than halfway to a first down at the 50.
Pass to Reggie Taylor for a gain of 7.
Watson and Trudell making the stop for BC.
Oh, nice job by Tracy Ham. He's recognized that pretty much every time on first down, the BC Lions secondary is sitting back in his own coverage, so he just runs a little 3-man pattern to the wide side of the field. And as they drop off, we'll see everybody dropping deep. That leaves Reggie Taylor open in the flat. And boy, you let him catch it at 5 yards, he can run for a few more, and it's a great call on first down.
This is 2nd and 2. And there's the conversion for the first down. Big run by Marshall. Michael Souls corrected. Marshall is 22, Souls is 32. And you talked about Souls a second ago. Out of McGill, a second-year Eskimo.
Well, he was the first-round pick back in 1989, last year by the Eskimos. And, well, you may wonder why with so many Canadian backs they would take a Michael Souls, but they knew the value of his running ability. And, boy, he's going to be a blue chipper down the road for the Eskimos, and a great run right there.
A 45-yard gain for the Eskimos to end the third quarter at Commonwealth tonight. The Eskimos lead the way 25-20 and threaten to add to that total. Back to Commonwealth. The Eskimos facing 2nd and 10 now. This is what happened on the previous play.
Tracy Hammond looked as though he could have run into the end zone for the touchdown, but he elects to try and force the ball in. Tom Richards cannot come up with the catch, so the BC Lions face a real big test here on 2nd and 10, deep in their own territory.
From the 15, it is Tracy Ham. Time to throw, end zone, no. Catchable football. Craig Ellis couldn't hang on.
Well, we saw that happen earlier to Emmanuel Tolbert. He thought it was going to be tipped. It wasn't, and it was right there. And now the same thing, Craig Ellis. Looked as though the ball was going to be tipped, but boy, Tracy Ham couldn't have thrown it any better. And I mean, he could sit back there in a rocking chair. He's got so much time tonight. The offensive line just doing a super job protecting for him. Fortunately, Ellis could not hang on.
So that brings on Ray McAreedy on 3rd down. Short little chip shot field goal from the 22. To 20 for the Eskimos now. McAreedy has hit 2, missed 2, and hit 2.
Deuce is wild.
28-20 the score as we start the fourth quarter. 21-18 the first downs. That BC Lion defense, I think, has played a lot better since the early part of the second quarter. Flutie seems to have recovered his poise a little bit and maybe changed his cleats because he's got better traction now than he had in the first half of the game, guys, and he's throwing the ball much more effectively as a result. Ball game still on the line. We got a good one at Commonwealth Stadium.
Eskimos had an early lead, first quarter, 20-0. BC came back with 2 field goals in the second and 14 points in the third quarter. And that's where it stands, the bottom line as of right now.
Yeah, but he's still turning and running with you. No, it's the opposite way around.
No real play that time for Darrell Wallace.
Michael Sukar kick out. Taken by Darrell Wallace.
So Flutie leads the Lion offense out onto the field. He is 15 of 33 for 291 yards, 1 touchdown through the air, 1 touchdown himself. He's thrown a couple of interceptions.
The numbers would be a lot better if the guys could hang on to the football for him tonight. It's had about 4 or 5 drop balls that I can think of.
And a couple of turnovers on fumbles that cost the Lions points.
First and 10. BC from the 27.
From the 27, Flutie out to the far side for Kennard Martin. Martin has the first down and keeps going across the 40 to the 42.
I wonder if Doug Flutie sat on the sidelines and watched Tracy Ham operate the Eskimo offense, and he said, boy, if he can get those backs open in the flat and give it to him and get first downs, we can do the same thing. And he gets the ball quickly on the play action out to Kennard Martin. It's a good safe pass to throw, easy one to complete, and very successful as he picks up the first down.
First down, Lions. And no running room that time. Mike Walker in there, number 61. Martin carries again.
And Mike Walker for the Eskimos.
Well, I wonder if Grover and Hamilton's going to miss his old pal Mike when he looks to the left every time he lines up. Mike Walker, 3 years in a row, an All-Canadian. Great 8-year career.
Nice guy.
Oh,
enjoyable guy to meet.
Super guy.
This is really second and 10, perhaps a half yard on that last play. Flutie in trouble now. Can he get away? He does. Tipped. Almost picked up. Ferenczi had a shot at making the catch as well.
Well, Flutie does a nice job to get away from the pressure. Pretty good block on Michel Bourgeot coming up right here. Larry Clarkson peels back, and Flutie has some good sight lines downfield, but he really tries to force this ball into Colbert. Ball is tipped, and Jack Ferenczi had a chance to come up with it, but I think Andre Francis finally knocked it away.
Like Tolbert was the initial target on the play. Here's Lou Pasaglia. High. Down near the 25. Henry Williams is okay. Stopped by Paul Wetmore, number 35.
Gain of 13 on the play.
A 13-yard return. He won the Grey Cup, right? And missed on the Rose and the Super. That's correct.
If you say so.
Joe should be down there. First down, Eskimos at the Edmonton 43.
And one last wish to a member of the Edmonton Eskimo family.
28-20 on the scoreboard, favoring the Eskimos. Edmonton winning last week. The Lions ending in a 38-38 overtime tie with the Calgary Stampeders.
having a big birthday party after the
Well,
game.
some pretty exciting opening games last week in the CFL.
Lots of points up on the board, Leaf.
First and 10 Eskimos for their own
280 points in week 1. Taylor keeps going. He's a tough running back to bring down. Ryan, number 8. The Lions safety made the tackle.
He is a tough customer, Reggie Taylor, only 5'6", 175 pounds, but a very durable back as he played all games for the Eskimos last year. And graduated from the University of Cincinnati, where 3 times in his career there he went over 1,000 yards. He has great credentials.
2nd and 5, and Ham goes to the far side of the field. On target for Keith Wright once more. Anthony Drawhorn, number 4, was covering. Chris Major as well.
Well, let's check in with Mark Gastineau and see how he's faring tonight. Has not had a sack, and believe me, when he does, you'll know it, because he'll do some gyrations that you may have never seen before. But Blake Dermott, the 8-year veteran with the Edmonton Eskimos, does a nice job blocking on Mark Gastineau.
1st and 10, Edmonton. Ham, near sideline. Another completion. Henry Williams. Little guys in the Eskimo offense having a pretty good night.
Well, the Giz is a good one. He has lots of flair, and he's turning out to be a pretty good receiver. Pushes hard to get Norman Jefferson deep, breaks to the sidelines, and the ball right on target.
The Eskimo drive continues. First down at the BC 33. A procedure call as Ham moved away from the center a little too early.
You know, if you're sitting at home and you're saying to yourself,
procedure, Edmonton number 8.
Why don't the BC Lions secondary come up and challenge those Edmonton receivers a little more? It really becomes a catch-22. They're not getting any pressure on the quarterback. And boy, if you come up and get locked up in tight man-to-man coverage with no pressure up front, you could be in for a long night. So they're forced to sit back in that deep zone coverage, and Tracy Ham and the receivers are reading it rather easily.
This is 1st and 15, Edmonton now. Back at the Lion 38. Ham threatened to run and got it all back. Reggie Taylor once more. Slight delay coming out of the backfield, and Taylor turns a big first down for the Eskimos. Chris Major over to make the stop after a 30-yard gain.
Well, that's the pressure that Tracy Ham puts on the defense here. Once he breaks containment, nobody knows whether he's going to run or throw. And as it rolls just a little farther, the defensive back starts to move up on Tracy Ham, and that leaves Reggie Taylor free along the sidelines. And he picks up 30 yards, and now the Eskimos are really knocking at the door.
Edmonton already leading by 8. Henry Williams looks to the end zone, stopped a yard short. Willie Pless was there. So is Ken Watson, number 3.
Well, John, this is where I really disagree with the kind of defense BC's playing. You know, when you're backed up at your own goal line, you have to come up and force those receivers. You can't allow a guy to complete a hitch pass down near the goal line. Your corners have got to come up and take some chances right there. I don't agree with that defense at all.
2nd and goal to go. Eskimos are at the BC 1. No problem with the touchdown. Blake Marshall had one last week, has one tonight. An awful lot of weapons in the Eskimo offensive arsenal.
Well, they really run that short yardage offense so well. Good blocking up front along the left side. Blake Dermott, Pierre Vercheval. Good kick-out block by Michael Souls, and an easy trip into the end zone for Blake Marshall. This is going to be a good shot right here. There you see Chris Johnstone also with a good block. And well, when you're 6'1" and 230 pounds, it's pretty difficult to keep him out a yard away. So the truck will use up a little more gas here in Edmonton as it makes its way one more time around the field.
Kurt Browning, who was with us in the first half, I think is on that truck down there right now as it roars around Commonwealth Stadium.
I'll tell you, if they have a year like they had last year, they're going to have to switch that thing to propane to save a little money.
We're in Alberta, though. This is oil country.
Sure.
And the Eskimos are comfortably in the lead once more.
You'll find all the action at home when Montreal visits Houston to battle the Astros. Expos Baseball live from the Astrodome. Thursday night, 8:30 Eastern. Television's best baseball schedule is here on TSN.
It's smoother than glass. Smoother than ivory. Twice as smooth as Teflon. You've never felt anything smoother. Introducing the remarkable new blue Ultra Glide strip on the Wilkinson Sword Ultra Glide blade. In a recent test, men preferred Ultra Glide to Gillette. Ultra Glide from Wilkinson Sword. It's smoother than...
Sometimes the shots will drop. Sometimes they don't. The British Open, always tough and always entertaining. From the St. Andrews Golf Club of Scotland, it's the British Open. Live coverage begins Thursday, July 19th, 9 a.m. Eastern, here on TSN.
Well, the Eskimos have a 15-point lead now. They marched 72 yards in 6 plays in a time of 2:46, and Marshall made it look easy on a 1-yard plunge.
Big play in the drive, the 30-yard reception by Reggie Taylor. He has had himself some kind of night running the football and, of course, catching.
One more special birthday announcement tonight for the 1989
Doug Flutie of the Lions came back and got a couple of quick touchdowns to start the third quarter off. The Eskimos wilted a little bit, but then came storming back once more for the 15-point advantage. See what the Lions can do on this kick return. Martin. He has decent field position out across the 45.
Return for the Lions.
Still lots of time to go in this one. 9:02 remaining in the fourth quarter.
First and 10, BC.
I think that is Kurt Browning driving the truck. Two-time world figure skating champion from Alberta. Was our guest earlier. He's getting ready to head to the Goodwill Games. We'll have coverage of that beginning shortly on TSN. Back to the live action. Tolbert makes the catch. What a great pass from Doug Flutie. Andre Francis made the stop, but that pass was right on the money.
Well, you know, as a receiver, you get excited when you see this happening. They catch him in his own coverage on first down, and there's a natural lane where you see the middle safety, Mark Norman, 23, can't get over in time. Neither can the corner, Andre Francis, and a perfect strike by Doug Flutie into Emmanuel Tolbert.
First down, BC. Flags are down, and so is Flutie near the 30. He slipped there. Gain of 3, but where the flags were thrown, it looks like it might be coming back. Holding against the Lions would be the initial indication.
Holding. BC number 55. First down repeated.
That's the center, Ian Sinclair.
6-year veteran from the University of Miami Hurricanes, Ian Sinclair, and there you see it. The toaster, Mr. Devastation, gets around him, and Sinclair has no choice but to put the hook on him. He saw him and caught him, and BC goes back 10.
Flutie faces first and 20 here near the 45 of the Eskimos. Darrell Wallace coming out of the backfield. Might have lost his footing too, but he was pinned quickly by Andre Francis. There wasn't much more running room anyway, was there?
I don't think so. That was a nice job by Andre Francis, just to read the overall pattern and see what was developing. He saw that Flutie had to go up in the flat, and he left his man, came up and did a nice job. All-Canadian in 1989 was Andre Francis.
Second down and long. Wide open. Oh, he couldn't make it in. Ray Alexander in behind the coverage, and he couldn't bring it down.
Boy, after every game, you look back at 2 or 3 plays, the old what-if plays. What if Alexander had been able to hang on to this football and Flutie had thrown it just a little bit better? They'd be right back into this ball game. The old what if.
Flutie a little off target, but it was a possible catch.
Well, I think it was. Well, you only get so many chances in a game, and you hate to throw them away.
Lou Pasaglia, 49 yards out. And he gets there. Could be an important field goal as time goes on.
That's a great hold by number 27, Jan Carinci, too. Bad snap behind him, and he did a super job to get it down on the tee. And Lou Pasaglia, as he has done so many times throughout his career, puts it right down the middle. There's Mr. Versatility, number 27, Jan Carinci. You could name every position on the team except the lines and linebacker, and he's played it.
Played in the secondary.
Last year we saw him in a game in Calgary with injuries. He played both ways. Played slot back and defensive back, and you saw the nice hands to get that ball down on the tee, and that's a great job by the holder.
First down, Eskimos at the 35. Taylor once more. Willie Plass made the tackle.
Guards are sharp on those replays tonight. Larry Isaac, our isolation director tonight, coming up with some great shots for you.
Gain of 3. This is 2nd and 7. Ham steps up and is on target. A bullet pass from Tracy Ham to Tom Richards.
Tracy Ham's pass to Tom Richards.
They really had a field day tonight, running those hook patterns to Keith Wright on the outside and Tom Richards and Craig Ellis on the inside. But once again, it all goes back to the protection that the offensive line is giving for Tracy Ham. He's able to step up, deliver off that front foot, and put a lot of zip on that football.
35-23, the Eskimos out in front of the BC Lions. Edmonton first down at the Lion 53. Ham with all kinds of time. Now he can't get out of there, and they'll throw the flag, and they should have.
Tracy Ham.
Well, that's a good call. But boy, he still had all day to throw, you know. My, oh my.
Flags on the play.
Intentional grounding. Edmonton, number 8. Second out.
Well, sometimes you get away with it, but when the closest receiver or the closest player in a green jersey is wearing 66, they tend to call it, right?
I think so. That's a good call right there. But, you know, we've mentioned the offensive line for the Eskimos so much tonight. And, of course, Rod Kahn up the center. The guards, Randy Ambrosi, Pierre Berchevaux. The tackles, Blake Dermott and Trevor Bowles. They have had an outstanding night as a group.
2nd and 25 facing Edmonton, and Tracy Ham down. Ham gets out. He has a chance to make it all the way. That's incredible. Ham got the 25 and more, but he is shaken up.
A 28-yard gain for the Eskimos on their play.
Well, Tracy Ham shows you why he's the first quarterback in Canadian Football League history to gain over 1,000 yards in one season, as the lane opens up and he takes advantage of it, goes for 32. Not bad when you're 2nd and 25 to get 32 yards on the run. Look at his numbers for tonight.
Eskimos now from the BC 37. Taylor once more.
Well, John, going back to the offensive line, the thing that they do so well is when they pass block and form that pocket, each guy on that offensive line turns his man to the outside, so there are always some good lanes for Tracy Ham to run up through.
2nd and 6. Edmonton.
Now he was shaken up on that previous play. He remains at quarterback. Secondary receiver, he had all day.
John, you might even be able to complete a pass or two if you were out there and had that much time to throw.
Harold Colbert on the receiving end.
I mean, not one guy is within 5 yards of him when he threw it. He probably had 4 or 5 seconds to throw. Pretty tough on your secondary when there's no pressure up front.
The Eskimo drive continues with another first down at the BC 20 this time. 3:46 to play, fourth quarter. 35-23. The Eskimos comfortably in front.
Tracy Ham hands off to Chris Johnstone.
Johnstone is in there at running back.
Game 3 on the play.
We have Chris Johnstone,
2nd and 7
Michael
for the
Souls,
Eskimos. Ball is on the BC
Ryan
17.
Walling, Blake Marshall. 3 Canadian running backs. 4 Canadian running backs.
As they always have had throughout their history, the Eskimos with some great depth in their lineup. And always a great core of Canadians.
Gain of 3. This is 2nd and 7. Touchdown. Colbert hands his first. Darryl Colbert, number 76 out of Texas Southern. There's a CFL souvenir for a rookie.
The all-time leading receiver in Texas Southern history, Darryl Colbert, gets his first touchdown in the Canadian Football League, and a pretty good toss by Tracy Ham. Low and away, nobody's going to be able to get in there and knock the ball loose, and we got a pretty happy guy there.
They've been working on the celebration dance. No chance for the convert on a bobbled snap there. Jordan Gantner was the holder.
We saw some good dances in Ottawa last week and celebrations after touchdowns.
Rough Riders had a good routine worked out. This could be bad news for the Eskimos as Tracy Ham gets worked on the sidelines. He has had a great night tonight. But right now, he's hurting a bit. Touchdown, 7 plays, 75 yards, wasted 4 minutes and 4 seconds, and Darryl Colbert has his first CFL touchdown. 2:49 to play, fourth quarter. The Eskimos out in front, 41-23. Brief Lion flurry in the third quarter, and the Eskimos turned it on once more. This is Darrell Wallace on the return for BC, and he gets it out to the 41.
Darrell Wallace takes Marco Sincar's kickoff. A 17-yard return. Brought down by Jordan Gantner. And Marco Sincar. First and 10 BC from their own 40-yard line.
A lot of yards to be trailing by this many points, Lee. BC with 410 compared to 456 for Edmonton. First down for the Lions with 2:43 to go. Flutie needs a pocket full of miracles now. Wallace makes the catch. He's a couple short of the first down.
Pass to Darrell Wallace complete. Gain of 8 on the play for the Lions. 2nd and 2 on their own 48.
Danny Bass, the 11-year veteran from Michigan State, MVP in the Canadian Football League for the defensive side of it last year. Boy, year after year, I mean, he is like the old fine wine, isn't he?
This is Larry Willis, and he lost the ball. Who's got it? Looks like the Eskimos might have come up. Well, hang on. Wallace jumps on it as it squirted loose once more, so Darrell Wallace.
Boy, Larry Ruck had a shot at it, too. That would have been his third fumble recovery of the night, but he could not squeeze it. Darrell Wallace retains it. Still is a ray of hope for the BC Lions.
First and 10, BC.
Flutie gets the quick offense going out there now with a first down at the 45. Far side. Too far for Tolbert.
Boy, they have had some guys open tonight and missed a number of times just by inches.
Flutie does have poise, though, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's going to be a good one. We are going to enjoy watching him throughout his career in the Canadian Football League. And, of course, we have for 3 years now watched and enjoyed Tracy Ham's performances.
Flutie has to scramble out of there. Kennard Martin can't hang on.
Kevin Clark covering for the Eskimos.
Pretty much the story of the night for the BC Lions. Came close a number of times, but just didn't take advantage of their opportunities.
3rd and 10 now. One last gasp. 41-23. Edmonton out in front.
That last touchdown, Edmonton touchdown, has cleared this place out in a hurry.
See what Flutie can do on this 3rd down gamble. Can he get there himself?
Doug Flutie holds on to the ball.
Is he a little short? Jeff Braswell helping.
Close to a first down on the play.
They'll measure it, though.
I believe he's short, and if he is, that will be yet another turnover for the BC Lion offense tonight.
One of the signs in front of second Z.
That would be number 8. Any portion of the football, and he's about a yard short.
Well, we're going to get a look at quarterbacks with the injury to Tracy Ham at number 6, Warren Jones, who was with the Eskimos last year, did not dress for any of the games, but I can tell you that he's from the University of Hawaii, where he set numerous passing records. Was the 2nd all-time leading rusher in University of Hawaii history, so I would think he's pretty much in a Tracy Ham mold. 6'2", 200 pounds, nice size.
Michael Souls. He had a big run earlier in the night. 45-yard gain. Earlier, I believe. That
sounds good. Michael Souls, the all-time leading rusher in McGill University history. Opportunity to watch him in the Vanier Cup a few years ago, and he's an exciting player, and boy, I know he's going to have a great career in this league. And as Edmonton does so often with their young players, they bring them along slowly, let them get comfortable with the system and the offense, and when their time is ready to start, they have all the equipment, and Michael Souls is going to get that opportunity down the road.
Minute 49 to go, 4th quarter now. The Eskimos heading for their 2nd straight victory, 1990. With a 41-23 lead and possession of the football out near the 45. Where it is 1st down, Edmonton. Colbert on the receiving end of that pass from Warren Jones. Ken Watson makes the stop.
A lot of people might say, you know, you got an 18-point lead, only a minute and a half to go. Why would the quarterback throw the ball? But you know, it's tough for these guys to come in off the bench and just hand off. You know, he wants to try and get some experience and have some fun throwing the football. So, I mean, I don't disagree with this at all. Let the guy play and let him have some fun out there.
Picked up 8 yards on the last play, so this is 2nd and 2 from the 53. Eskimos convert for another 1st down.
Warren Jones hands off to Michael Souls.
Souls gets another carry.
1st down for the Eskimos.
Next week, we're in Saskatchewan for the Stampeder Rough Rider game on Friday night on TSN.
Where you and I first met back in 1974.
Was it 74?
1974.
You were a little wet behind the ears.
Uh-huh.
So was I.
You were getting your feet wet at broadcasting, and of course I was starting out with the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Boy, I loved it out there playing. We will have a good time going back to Regina next week.
Jordan Gantner can't hang on.
I think our old pal Barry Armstrong will have a cold one waiting for us at penalties.
I'm sure Barry will be expecting us.
Your son Chris is waiting for you in the press box. Thank you.
Well, now that we've told him we're coming.
Just 36 seconds remaining. The Eskimos comfortably in control. This is 2nd and 10. Edmonton wasting the final few moments here, and it's picked out. Chris Major has an interception that'll look good on the stat sheets, but won't really affect the outcome of anything.
Well, he threw the interception, but did Warren Jones ever look like a Tracy Ham clone when he sat back in the pocket there? No question he has a strong arm, but Chris Major did a nice job to come over and make the interception. There's Tracy Ham. Doesn't look like he has been hurt too badly. In fact, before the game, he told me, Leaf, he said, my wife said I'm getting better looking. I said, yeah, what does she want to buy? Tracy, there's a reason for all these things.
Final flurry for Flutie and the BC Lions. Almost picked off as Flutie was high on that pass intended for
Doug Flutie's pass attempt to Ray Alexander, incomplete.
Alexander. Keith Gooch had a shot at an interception.
Well, I think from this ball game tonight, Doug Flutie has to sit back and say, you know, I didn't play poorly. My guys let me down a little bit, dropping some footballs, and had they made some catches at key times, the BC Lions could have found them right in the thick of things at the end here. But I don't think Doug Flutie should be too disappointed by the performance of his club.
14 seconds left now as Flutie misses for Larry Willis.
Andre Francis in on the coverage for the Eskimos. 3rd and 10, Lions.
They have built quite a football dynasty in this city, have they not, Leaf? The team is always there, always contending.
You know, Bobby Lade and I were taking a walk around the field before the game tonight, and you look up on the wall, and they have how many Grey Cups they have won, and that streak where they had 5 in a row, and I believe it started in 1978. Very impressive.
This is Martin. He has a first down with 7 seconds remaining.
Kennard Martin, a 12-yard gain. First down, BC. On their own 45-yard line.
Looking ahead to other games in week 2 in the CFL. Ottawa-Hamilton tomorrow. Saskatchewan-Calgary also tomorrow, and then Friday the Argos and the Blue Bombers in Winnipeg. And looking ahead to week 3, the Lions get the Blue Bombers next. That'll be a week from Friday. The Eskimos move in against Ottawa a week from tomorrow. Flutie airs one long intended for Alexander. It's a jump ball. And there were all kinds of Eskimo defenders around the area. Chalk up win number 2 for Joe Faragelli and the Eskimos. Another winning start at home. Eskimos have now won 11 straight regular season home games. I said at the outset, they're always tough at Commonwealth. They know their ballpark well.
Well, you know what they do so well, John, year after year. You know, they have guys that maybe leave and go somewhere else, but they have always been able to replace the players that have left the team and replace them well. Stanley Blair, the all-Canadian cornerback, he leaves. Now they got Keith Gooch. He's an all-star. And boy, don't feel sorry for Doug Flutie as you see him leaving the field. He had a pretty good night, and he will have a great career in this league, but Edmonton's defense just a little too tough for the BC Lions tonight.
You talked about what-ifs earlier in the game. There were a couple of turnovers that fall into that category. There was also a bit of a defensive lapse at one point in the 4th quarter when the Lions had the Eskimos pinned in rather substantially on a long first down situation. Tracy Ham converted that.
Well, you know, it was a hook pattern to Keith Wright, and at the time I mentioned that, you know, this isn't probably the greatest play of the game, but certainly was an important play at that time. It reestablished some momentum for the Edmonton Eskimos, and Tracy Ham did a great job tonight directing that offense.
All right, let's go down to Peter Watts. There's a crowd down there.
All right, John, thank you so much. It's time for our Molson Game Star, and we could have picked a lot of them tonight. We picked Tracy Ham, the outstanding quarterback of the Edmonton Eskimos. He and Keith Wright had a pretty good thing going for a good part of the first half, and in the second half, Ham started to run with the football, something he does so well. This little scamper, part of a 77-yard effort on the ground for Tracy Ham on this night. And he is our Molson MVP Game Star. Lots more to come from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton, where the Eskimos have beaten the BC Lions 41-23.